Hello, it's me. I'm back again to do another YouTube video, and for the ladies, you should know what I'm about to talk about. Yes, it's that time of the month. I've got here my ginger and peppermint tea because, yo, this period is tearing up my fucking stomach. And it's like every single month, it's the same drama. And I thought because I'm 30 now, the older I get, it would get better. But actually, the older I get, the worse it gets. It's like the nausea is 10 times stronger, the cramps are 10 times stronger, the headaches are stronger. I had to take bloody these naproxen tablets to deal with the migraines. However, I've not taken any of these since June, which is good because you can only take these with a meal. Yeah. So basically, you can't take them on an empty stomach, otherwise that's it. Your stomach lining will be completely destroyed for life. And that is the thing, like all this stuff you have to take just to deal with a period. It's like, how do you not know that your body is not going to end up like dropping down one day and that's it, over and done with? All because of what? A period. Oh God. Now yeah, my period is friggin' annoying. Let me tell you why. Because it's like, say I have had my period in October, and then 2 weeks after that finished, the friggin' symptoms came straight back again. And I don't mean the bleeding aspect. I mean like the nausea, headaches, sweating. What is it with PMS and making you have excessive sweat? Now I know about the hormones and stuff anyway, because your hormone levels are going here, there, everywhere. But it's friggin' annoying. Every friggin' month, yeah. But the sweating like you can be. I walked down to the shop on Saturday, and when I came back I was literally drenched with sweat. Now usually I've walked down there plenty of times before and I've never sweated like that. But when my period is due, it's just like I'm literally covered like I'd been to the gym. It was like that amount. I had to throw my fucking jumper in the wash, and I'd only worn it for a couple of hours. I literally, like, your body just decides it wants to attack you. That's what it does. It wants to attack you. And men don't seem to understand. They try to compare period cramps to them getting kicked in the balls. To be honest, some of you deserve to be kicked in the balls, because some of the shit you do, like, you're just bright and feisty. Anyway. But seriously, I literally hate it. Like every single month it comes, I literally dread it. I dread my period because I know I'm gonna be in pain. Like I've been to the doctor several times because of it, and it's just like always prescribed painkillers. That's all they do. They never want to like say, well, what else could be the cause of it. But seriously, it's getting to be a joke. I mean, like I said, the nausea is ridiculous. It's like when you first get the nausea, you literally do assume, like, if you've been sexually active, you usually assume, like, oh, you might be carrying a child. So you have to deal with all of that for a couple of weeks until your period starts, actually. And then when your period comes, you're like, oh, there's a sense of relief. But at the same time, it's like, I don't really want to be bleeding at this moment. Trying to juggle university assignments and dealing with this, nah, nobody wants to be dealing with this. And I should have known my period was on the way, because every single time my period is on the way, my sleep the week before it starts I literally cannot sleep the week before. It's just like, it does not want to happen. Oh, I didn't even realize I still got a bit of E45 cream on my ear. Sorry. But like my sleep is a myth the week up to my period. Like I literally cannot sleep. It must be the hormones keeping me active, because my brain is like, you know what? You ain't going to sleep. You ain't going to sleep. You can get like 2 hours and that's enough for you, love. And then there's the time, like, you know, women, you know, there's the time when we have these little accidents. You think you was prepared enough, like you got your pads, or you got your tampons, and you got the little bag to carry them in, right? Or like, for those of you who haven't started your period yet, always make sure you have like a little bag like this to carry your stuff in. Trust me, it will save you. I always carry mine. I take it on holiday and I take it to university when my period is due, because you just never want to have an accident. But sometimes, as prepared as you are, you will have accidents. Sometimes it's unavoidable. Sometimes because a period makes you so tired because you're losing blood, so therefore your body's losing iron and hemoglobin. Basically, you can be lying in your bed all night, you forget, because you have to get up at night to change yourself, you forget, and then that's the next thing, your bloody pajamas, night dress, bed sheets, all just, you know. But I've noticed the older you get, sometimes that doesn't happen as often. I think it also depends on how heavy your cycle is, because my period is very, very heavy. Like literally, this is exactly why I'm drinking this. If I drink this throughout the day, it will lighten up throughout as the day goes on. But some women, their periods are so heavy that they literally pass out. They feel lightheaded. They have to go to the doctors to find out why, because some women bleed twice a month and they don't even have, say, the implant in, or, you know, take the pill. Now for me, I've taken the pill. I've taken the pill, both the mini pill and the combined pill, and I've also had the hormonal implant. And let's just say that neither of those worked for me. I was on the pill because of my periods. That didn't help my periods at all. I was on the progesterone only pill, that's the mini pill, but before then I was on the combined pill, which is progesterone and estrogen, and I kept getting headaches all the time. So I went back to the nurse, and she was like, oh, you gotta come off that straight away because you're at risk of a stroke. And I was like, what I'm trying to do is control my periods, yeah? Are you telling me I'm at risk of stroke? And so then she prescribed me the mini pill. So I went on the mini pill, same problem, my headaches were not going anywhere. And the funny thing is, I never used to get headaches before with my periods, before I was taking the pill. So, and then before I was on the pill, I actually had the hormonal implant in, and I was bleeding literally every 2 weeks monthly until I got it taken out. Like literally every 2 weeks I was just bleeding. So, and that was just leaving me drained. And I was like, the nurse said to me, oh, after a while this will ease up and you will stop bleeding as much. And she was just like, oh, it's not really a period, it's a hormonal bleed. And I'm thinking to myself, hormonal bleed or whatever, it's not exactly working for me. So I got it taken out after about 3 months, because I was literally over it. So then I went on the pill, and then that was just another situation. So I was just like, you know what, forget it. So as I was saying, nothing was working for me. So now I don't take any form of artificial hormones. It's all me. And I did find that after I came off the pill and I came off the implant, had it removed, sorry, it did take a while for my periods to start back again. Now I'm not really conspiracy theorist, however I do believe that there may be an incident where, you know, these artificial hormones can be used as a form of infertility for black women. But you know, some people are still gonna do what they want. They're still gonna have the coil or the implants and all this kind of stuff, and I'm just like, you gotta be careful, because these are artificial hormones. They're synthetic. They're like made in a lab. They're not real. They're not what comes from your body naturally. You don't technically know what it's doing. They say they've studied them, but how do you actually know what they've studied? Because like I'm saying, if it takes a while for your period to come back, then that's not necessarily a good thing, because you may want children down the line and your body may be like, no, sorry. But anyway, back to the topic. So yeah, I don't take any kind of artificial hormones to deal with my period now. I just like, you know, just let my body do what it wants to do. But I can't be the only one who has a negative experience all the time with my periods, because like literally, I think it just runs in my family, because my mum had a bad experience with her period. She used to pass out, throw up, everything. My little cousin, she has bad experience with her periods as well. I do. A lot of women in my family typically have problems with our period, so it must just run in our family. It's not always a case of your diet. Sometimes it's genetics, sometimes it runs in a family. And and before people start saying, well, oh, and just to address another thing, yeah, for those four people out there who think that periods are a European invention, you are deeply stupid. A period occurs when an egg is released from your fallopian tube, either the left or right, each month, and it's not fertilized. So then the lining of your womb, which is thickened to prepare for this egg to be fertilized, the lining of your womb starts to break down, and that is your period. And so basically when you have your period, the lining of the womb and that egg that's broken down comes out of your body. Alright, so for those of you to be saying about, oh, if you went vegan, your periods will go. No, trust me, I know plenty of vegans who still have their periods. They may not be as heavy, they may last like, what, 3 days or something, but they're still having their periods. So for you to say if you go vegan, that your period's going to go anywhere, no, that's not necessarily true. You need to stop spreading these falsities around, because it's freaking foolish. You don't know what you're talking about. You're not a gynecologist. You need to research what a woman's body actually is, and what we actually do. Okay, there's nothing wrong with having a period. It doesn't make us unhealthy. We may feel sick and unhealthy when we're on our period, but we need to stop this nonsense. Okay, there's nothing disgusting about a period. There's nothing taboo about it. Okay, it's completely normal to happen. Okay, it's just your egg breaking down because it's not been fertilized and the lining of the womb stripping itself. That's all it is. And have you ever noticed, like, once your period is over, how you feel a lot better because all that stuff is out your system? But some of you fake woke people want to sit there and claim that having a period is a bad thing. Like, you're tapped up here, love. You're tapped up here. You need to stop the foolishness. I can't even imagine where they get this nonsense from. I don't know, like people create these memes, or however you pronounce them, and then they just see that as gospel. Like, you're supposed to be doing your own research. If you're supposed to be an expert in your freaking field, you're supposed to be doing your own research. Find out what actually is a period. Yes, your diet does influence your period, but it doesn't mean that it will get rid of your period completely. It just means if you was like saying having a heavy diet, if you're having a heavy period, if you go vegan, of course your period is going to lighten up a little bit. However, I have known some women who go vegan and their period is still quite heavy. So then you can look at it and say, well, clearly something else is going on here. And also, for those people who are vegan and their period has stopped, that's actually not a good thing. Either you're pregnant, you've lost so much weight that your body has gone into shock, or your fallopian tubes has said, you know what, I'm not releasing an egg until your weight gets back up, or your iron level is literally very, very low. Because if your iron levels go too low, you may not have a period, because your body tries to keep the iron that it has, so your periods will stop. So for sit there and say, oh yeah, my periods have stopped and that's a good thing. No, it's not. It's not a good thing at all. Your periods are not supposed to stop until you reach a certain age, or until you get pregnant. But they don't want to hear that though. They don't want to hear that. They want to say, oh, your period is a negative thing. It's not a negative thing at all. Trust me. I know. I hate my period, but it's not like I hate how it makes me feel. But I understand that it means my body is healthy and it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's functioning well. So thank you. But I'd much rather a text message on my phone to let me know every so month you're not pregnant. That's all I would want. But the sweating and the lack of sleep and the cramps that does feel like someone is like stabbing you in your gut, and the back pain and the and your breasts getting a little bit bigger. Now that's actually a plus thing, because you know when you're wearing a really nice top and your breasts just looking perky, you're like, oh yes, and then you remember, oh shit, my period is due, that's why it's looking so nice. But the water retention and the bloating is just like, my god, like your stomach can be completely flat and it will go out here. Men just don't understand. They really don't understand what it's like to be us. So for you women out there, stay blessed, and if it's that time of the month, stay strong. Make sure to drink plenty of water, get your herbal teas on, and just deal with it the best way you can. Alright, peace.